G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today we're going to be checking out something. This just popped over my bench. That sounds a bit strange, but anyway, this came across my bench and I was so excited that I wanted to do a first little look, because look at this thing. This is a micro switchable, changeable VTX. I mean, this thing is absolutely tiny. So this thing is going to be perfect for either some micro builds or 3-inch builds, or if you're a bit crazy and maybe you've got a 6-inch build that you want to build where it's all about performance and trying to keep the weight down, the twig frame. I'm looking at you. I mean, this thing is tiny. So this is just the first look video. Real quick, we're going to stick it on the bench, talk about its features and weigh the thing. So yeah, pretty awesome tiny little VTX. Anyway, let's check it out. So here it is on the bench, and look, I don't know the exact name, and there'll be a link down below and I guess some more details of where you can get it from, but it just says the Eachine FPV Mini transmitter, the version 3. And the first thing, it also comes with some instructions, but that's it in the box. But the first thing I sort of want to mention is it says it's got 72 channels, so that's absolutely crazy. So definitely check it. Hopefully that means maybe we can get some more pilots in the air at the same time, because some of these bands, they go down to like there's one here, U band 5325. That's pretty crazy. I don't think even our Fat Sharks go down that low. So that's pretty intense. Maybe there'll be some cool new options in the future. But yeah, this is it. This is the whole unit. The first thing I want to do, let's weigh the thing, because that's probably what everybody wants to know. So let's stick it on the scales. Rightio, so my scales have been reset to 0. I'm putting it on and it's coming in at 3 grams. And the actual thing, it says it weighs 2.97 grams. So there we go, 3 grams. And that's with these cables as well. You could probably make them a little bit shorter. And then the other feature that I really like, not only is this switchable, so to hold down a button you can choose what power level you want it to go on, and then you can also use this button up here to cycle through. Look, that's not my favorite, I guess. I don't love the button display because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, and the short presses, long presses, that does bug me a little bit, but I'm not going to be complaining because it's so light anyway at 3 grams. And the other thing I love, about time we've gone back to using whip antennas, because that's what I used in my Twig, and you saw the reception there, and I'll leave a link to that video up here where you can check out some of its flight footage. And look, that uses a whip antenna and that's fine, but it uses one of these little micro UHF adapters right there. So that's how easy it is to put the antenna on. I guess you could get I wish I could find out where to get some spares of those. That would be interesting, but you can put different types on. I guess you just simply click it on and you are ready to rock and roll. Do make sure you cover this thing in some hot glue though, and because you don't want it to get ripped off, because that probably will break the transmitter. And what I enjoy about these anyway is you can choose the antenna orientation, so whether you want it coming out the side or out the back, depending on however your build works. No longer do you sort of have to bend that or have a big cable, a big jack at the back. All you've got to worry about is this little micro UHF connector right there. Now of course I did say it's switchable before, so the power levels for this thing there, it's obviously, you can turn it on to 0, which is a little bit handy maybe if you're in like pit mode or something. 25 milliwatts, 50 milliwatts, which is very interesting because I haven't seen anything with 50 milliwatts yet, so maybe that might be a good mix for a lot of pilots in the air at the same time, and sort of a bit better than 25 anyway, because I don't really like 25. And also for 200, which I think is great for flying around for most the general purposes anyway. Now to power this thing, this also makes it a little bit special. It can also, it takes I think it's 3.2 volts up to 5.5 volts, so you can power this, I guess, off one LiPo cell all the way up to like a 5 volt on your little pad. That's probably anything else you're going to cook it. So either hook it up to a Pololu, or you probably could power it off a little 1S LiPo. And the other part that's really cool, not only does it do that, but it can also power your FPV camera, so by plugging this in. Let's get a standard HS1177 or something and see if this plug actually fits in the back. Actually, you know what's crazy? Out of all the quads, oh, there goes some of my batteries. You know what's crazy? Out of all the quads that I've got, the only spare camera I could have lying around, and I didn't feel like pulling anything apart just for this first look video, was one of the new RunCam Swift Model 2s. So that's obviously not going to fit because this has a ton of options, but it's not a hard fix anyway, simply to cut those off and solder it to the right little plug that goes back in the back of your camera. I do really like how light this thing is, and especially not only that, also how it makes it so easy to power your FPV camera. So all in all, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with such a light, tiny, feature-packed VTX right here that's got 72 channels. I mean, what more can you want? I can't wait to put this thing on a build. So there it is, there's my quick first look at this micro VTX, and I'm really excited about sort of this is the direction that the hobby's heading. Like, look how small this is. It wasn't too long ago that I can remember building my first FPV quad, I think the Nighthawk down there, and the VTX was so big that it wouldn't even fit in the stack, and now look at this thing. Anyway, hopefully you guys like that. I'm I'm super excited to put this in a build, but I'm not sure what type, so I'm sort of tossing up between either a micro or a 3-inch build, or maybe like a 5S monster that is just built ultra light. This would be perfect for something sort of performance wise like that. So drop a comment down below, let me know what you want me to build, because that's what this channel is all about, sort of exploring these fun things and sharing FPV. Anyway, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying. Oh, and one other thing, I've been trying to provide a heap of content for you guys lately, so there's like a little bell button on YouTube. I didn't even know it existed, but if you hit that, you'll sort of get some notifications of when I put these new videos out. Anyway, happy flying! Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying!